Well, here we are, the end of the year, yet again. Another year, another closure. A pretty good year for the channel, I'd say. Hit over 1,000 subs, and I'm very grateful. And today we are having our big Christmas special. Now, if you remember a few months back, I talked about Halloween and how little the Thomas franchise tackles this. Well, that's the exact opposite truth for Christmas. Now, why is that? Okay, before we get into what Christmas means for Thomas, I think it's more interesting to quantify the amount of Christmas Thomas and friends had. Compared to Halloween, where there was such little to talk about, Christmas, there is a lot to talk about. But I'm kind of going to skim through this time because there's just too many episodes to go over. But to start off, the Railway series actually has stories this time, a total of 2. Now, you could make the argument whether these count or not because both these stories were made more for the TV show to adapt them, but still they are in the original Railway series stories, so I will count them. So already we are starting off pretty strong. And then we get to the TV show, and the TV series loved Christmas. I mean, they had Wilbur write books for it so that they could make Christmas episodes out of the gate. But in general, counting all of the 24 seasons, we have 35 Christmas episodes. Almost every season has one. The only Thomas seasons that don't have one are seasons 4, 5, 13, and 23. And Jack in the Pack, if that counts, but you can debate on that all you want. But still, 35 is a lot of Christmas episodes for a TV show to have. Something also important to note is from 2009 to 2017, with the release of Thomas's Holiday Express, we'd get a Christmas DVD every year up until Christmas on Sodor from 2017. That is 9 years. That just shows how prominent Christmas is with Thomas if they were willing to do a DVD release like this every year. The CGI seasons almost always have like 3 to 4 Christmas episodes during this time. And to round out the amount with All Engines Go, there's admittedly only 2 episodes, but I know an hour-long special is coming out at some point this year. It might already be out. I don't know. I don't keep up with the show. But yeah, that's a lot of Christmas Thomas throughout the entire franchise. Railway series, model series, CGI era, All Engines Go. You will find something Christmassy to watch. And that's also not to mention the merchandise, where do we start? Ertl has Christmas stuff, Take Along, Wooden Railway, Bachman, Trackmaster. Almost every major range really has some kind of Christmas something. And I mean, who wouldn't want this, Thomas? Come on, don't lie to yourself. Now, I did mention this point in the Halloween video, but I do think this one bears repeating. Trains are just generally synonymous with Christmas. I mean, look at all those Coca-Cola ads. Look at the stuff Hornby puts out every year. Like, trains and Christmas go hand in hand together, so it's not hard to imagine why HIT, Mattel, the Brit Autograph Company would want to pour all their resources into making DVDs and merchandise and TV episodes for train-related content during Christmas, and Thomas is just the most popular train-centric thing ever. I mean, do you have any argument for that? And I didn't want this video, though, to be repeating that topic on hand, so I was thinking, are there any other links to Christmas Thomas and Friends has? Well, in all of Christmas's commercialisms, it can be easy to forget sometimes that this is Jesus' birthday. It's probably pretty sad that we don't say happy birthday to him very often. But anyway, going back to Thomas, well, Wilbur wasn't called the Reverend W. Audrey for nothing. And Thomas and Friends is definitely not in the most Christian-themed franchise, but it did have its roots with Christianity as Wilbur was the author. One of the main reasons they stopped using the term winter holiday was because of Christopher Audrey, Wilbur's son, went on the local news and complained about HIT Entertainment using the term winter holidays as opposed to Christmas. He felt that HIT Entertainment was taking a lot of the initial values Thomas and Friends was known for when he was a kid making these stories with his father out of the property. And while Wilbur writing probably wasn't thinking of what kind of Christmas story we could do, the fact that Christianity and Christmas are heavily linked already, and Wilbur was a full-on Christian, definitely makes that link to Thomas and Friends just a bit stronger than it would be otherwise. But if I had to think of the biggest link to Christmas when it comes to Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends, it comes down to the general heart of Christmas. You know, we've got the commercialism, we got the Christianity, but the true heart and spirit will be found in a lot of Thomas's best Christmas episodes. Look at Christmas Party, Missing Christmas Tree, Christmas Adventure, you have you. All of them show off the themes of giving back to your community, showing the people around you that you value them, and even in spite of the differences some of the others around you have, it shouldn't deny the fact of coming together for the holidays is always a special treat. In spite of the series' ups and downs, I'd say most of the franchise's Christmas-themed episodes, even the weakest ones, usually try to emphasize a lot of these points in the best way they possibly can. And to me, I think that's the biggest thing that carries Thomas in the holiday season the most. Sure, there's a lot of commercialism, sure there can be some religion, and the holidays are definitely not always the most perfect time, but when you do it right, it can be a really special moment for everyone involved. Make you connect with those who maybe you don't connect with as often as you would want to, and just gives you a nice, warm, tingly feeling inside that just makes you feel all giddy like a kid again. And tell me, is there anything more Christmassy than that? But yeah, that's the video on why there's so much Christmas in Thomas and Friends. And, well, this year's been ups and downs, and it's been a lot of fun, though. I've gained a lot of new attention, a lot of people who are subbing for the first time. I just want to say thank you all for getting me to this milestone, and I wanted to do something nice in return. Now, this is a channel I found fairly recently called Lambtastic Reviews, and I wanted to shout them out because they're little and a little upcoming. I don't think their videos are flawless, but it's a pretty good channel. I recommend subscribing to this guy. I especially liked his video on Take Along and his video talking about what Thomas means to him. But with that, thank you all for a pretty good 2024 when it comes to the channel, and I hope to see you guys in the next year. Take care.